Hello? Hello? Mom? Dad? Uncle Frank? Is this a joke? Chase? Tatesy? Man, where are these guys? The cars are still here. He couldn't have gone thrifting. I made my brother disappear. I made my brother disappear. Woo! Oh, earthbound! Earthbound is mine! Earthbound is mine!
What the heck? What was that? Hello? Is somebody here? Hello? What? What are you doing? What? Quinn?
You're alive?
Yeah, I'm alive. What's wrong with you? What? Why is there popcorn? What did you do? Whatever, let's just go thrifting. What's wrong with you? After the right price. Hello and welcome to Chase After the Right Price. This is our grand finale episode of 2017. This is our top 10 finds. We went through all of our clips and found the best finds of the year. So make sure to enjoy this compilation of our top 10 finds of the year.
So grab an ice cold Mountain Dew, kick back on the couch, reminisce with us, and enjoy reliving these tales from these episodes.
Yeah, I know that I've enjoyed it a lot, and we've all had a great time together. God has definitely blessed us this year, for sure.
Absolutely. It's been a great time to grow closer with you guys and just have an awesome time sailing, and just, it's so cool to watch these memories and these episodes and just kind of have a document of that. So
For sure.
check out these top 10 finds.
You guys have a Merry Christmas.
Alright, so starting out with number 10. This was kind of a crazy find. It is from episode 10 if you want to check it out. This was a find that actually went in David's collection, so I'm going to let him tell the story.
So, I remember being in some kind of barnish place, maybe it was just like a nice little garage. I remember being really dark, not a whole lot of things, and it was just sitting there. I knew it was a PS3. I think it said right on it, it might not work. And we're like, okay, so I think it might have, I don't remember what it had on it, but we asked the person. Like,
I think it had $5 on it.
$5, and like, hey, it doesn't really work, would you take 3? I guess I don't know if you, I feel like you might have said, I don't know if I really want that.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna see if it'll work. $3, what do I have to lose? And we take it back and plug it into some cords, because it didn't come with any cords, just a system only. Yep. And it worked perfectly, and we looked down the hard drive, and there was 250 gigs, and so I've been playing a lot of games on that. That's been really fun to get that. And now I'm like at this point where I'm like, I don't really want to get a PS4 because I got to find a $3 PS4 in like 10 years. So
we'll see if we can. So yeah. $3 PlayStation 3. Insane.
Really fun. Having a great time with it.
Alright, so this is the PS3. Hi, Tatesy. That we got for $3. Figured there was absolutely no way that it would work. We are currently
using the cords that I have at home and testing it. And we already tried a DVD in there.
Works
It worked.
perfectly. That's right. This is a run.
Okay, so for number 9, this was from episode 20. I was tagging along with Chase and Alex and the gang, and we had a pretty average day, and we ended it with, some fast food and
Yeah.
no great scores, and I had to get home and put the kids down for a nap, and lo and behold, Chase and Alex come upon a garage sale. I think it was just on Craigslist.
Yep.
And I'll let Chase finish it off.
Yeah, so basically, like, the day was over, me and Alex were home, kind of doing some pickup videos to finish it off, and I get an alert on my phone. I've got them set up through Craigslist. It's like Nintendo and Nintendo with games and N64, and we're like, oh man, we gotta go. So it was about half hour away, and we head out there, not really knowing what to expect, and there's an NES with about 20, 30 games, and an N64, a golden N64. So this was, my heart starts beating as soon as I see that it's a gold N64 with 2 controllers, like the bundle, the Toys R Us edition with 2 controllers and all that. And I asked him, so how much did you want? And he said like $300-something for the whole table. And I was like, ooh, that's a little much. So, okay, I said, okay, well, how much for just the N64? And he goes, oh, well, $40. I counted with 30, and we sold it on $35. For a gold N64 with 2 controllers in amazing condition. I actually upgraded from my collection to this one because it was in such immaculate condition. So that was crazy. I mean, golden N64 at a garage sale.
And remember, only this guy can negotiate from 300 to 35.
Judging by the shirt, I'm sure you're only here for one thing.
You know it. How much did you want?
You want everything on the table?
I mean, it depends, but
I do $325 for everything on the table.
Well, I couldn't do that for every. How much did you want per game?
I guess it depends on what game and
How about for the N64?
just for the system and the controller.
Yeah. Okay. Just do like 30.
I'll take that. Alright, so for number 8 is from episode 19. This was an amazing sale, amazing find, and all 3 of us were there, so I'm going to have them tell the story.
Well, it was a pretty average garage sale day. We're just out garage sailing. Chase has circled a garage sale in the shopper that started at noon, and we're like, noon? Like, that's when we're finishing our lunch and giving our hugs and saying goodbye to each other. We're trying to garage sale our way till noon, so we're just kind of free picking, going all the way out. This place was in the boons, at least an hour away from where we live, and we finally get to the sale. Of course we get there probably a good 15 minutes early and roll in because we're those people, and
Gotta get there early if you want the stuff.
It's just one of those sales where there's just bins on the grass, tarps on the grass, just dirty. Everything's dirty and grody, and we walk out and we're like, where are the games? We're not seeing any games. We're all walking around, and finally I see a box with a PSP in it, still in the box, and I was like, okay, maybe we're breaking open here, but like they advertise lots of video games. Where are
lots
these games?
of games and systems,
And at the same time, I'm like, where's David? Because
I was just digging through the trash through the free bin, which it was literally trash. I thought there was gonna be something good, but there wasn't.
David's always going for the free bins. They had a Sonic Game Boy Advance manual on top.
yes,
And it was a bunch of like broken action figures and dirty toys. And
That's
just
my job. My job is the free stuff. So.
dig for the free stuff. Find the
well,
gems.
anyways, Matty Boy finds an N64, and it had Mario 64 and
GoldenEye.
007 and just the staples that you need, and
Classic bundle.
it's marked at $50, and then we see an Xbox 360 with probably 20 games. It's also marked at $50, and we're finding all these systems, and I'm like, I'm doing the math in my head. I'm going, oh my gosh, like this is going to be over $500, and there's not really many good games here. And this guy, he walks up to the kid having the sale and goes, well, what would you take for all of it?
And the crazy thing is, the number that he says is the same number that I was thinking in my head before he said anything. He said, I don't know, how about $120? So it ended up being 147 games and 3 systems for $120. So check out this clip from episode 19.
I like to call it the van filler.
Yeah, like all of them.
Like all of them.
PSP, Xbox, N64, PS2, and 360. Alright. So all that stuff, I mean, like 120, is that alright? That's honestly what I was going to say. Alright.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll do that.
What just happened?
We got all of it. $120. It's a lot of stuff.
Want some Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
How many games?
I don't know, I'm gonna guess 97.
97.
I'm gonna go.
We have no idea, but
We don't know.
We don't know.
98.
98. Dang it, Price is right style.
We got Xbox, we got PSP, we got N64, we got random piles of crap.
PlayStation.
Just wait
PS2.
till you see.
PS2.
Man, that was
All
awesome.
for $120.
$120. Could not complain with that.
Enjoy this pickup.
Alright, so number 7 is from episode 16. And this was a crazy story. So, it's about 11 o'clock, and I'm checking my email, and I see that there's a sale with a GameCube. I'm like, oh boy, we gotta go. And so we go to this little nook. There's like 3 sales, and they're all kind of setting up at 11 o'clock. It was really weird. And then go up, and I'm like, hey, you know, you got any old video games, GameCube, or N64? Looking at these guys like,
he
yeah,
already knows.
I know she has GameCube. It was in the ad, you know. She's like, oh yeah, I got GameCube. She goes down to the basement and grabs it. But the funny thing is, that sale where we found this GameCube, which I'll have David tell you about in a second, was not the one that was advertised. It was a completely different house number, totally random. The neighbor's sale was the one that advertised it. We went to their sale and got the GameCube
She
that
was
was
like,
advertised.
hey, you guys want a GameCube? We're like,
We just got one, but sure. You know, there's 3 of us here. We'll take another one.
yes.
So it was
Yes.
crazy. 'Cause it was totally random that this other lady had the GameCube, which was an amazing bundle.
Right.
So
And I mean, the games that definitely stuck out to me were Sonic Adventure 2, which
Yes.
I kept, and Sunshine, and I feel like Animal Crossing might have been in it.
yeah, Mario Party.
Mario Party, and then
Monkey Ball, I think.
Monkey Ball. The GameCube was in the box,
Beautiful.
like, beautiful condition.
Yeah.
It was really a cool experience for me. Never really like saw someone take it out of the house like that. Like,
Yeah.
that was,
And just the clip is just so cool because you get to see her taking it out of the house. So watch this clip from episode 16.
Have any video games?
GameCube, Nintendo.
GameCube. Yeah, let me bring that up.
Okay.
Just as the neighbors were having their sales, so
Yes.
I'll set this out here. You're welcome to look up here. This is.
Alright, so this is number 6 from episode 23, Vintage Box Electronics. This was a crazy sale. I was out by myself. It was kind of in the middle of the afternoon. Went to this sale after lunchtime, and this dude just had stacks of boxes, and they say Apple, you know, like we're talking vintage Apple computers, vintage audio gear, like Akai, like really good brand. There's a reel-to-reel player. You know, just crazy stuff that you never see at a garage sale. And everything is in its original box with the original styrofoam packaging, the manuals, the remotes if they apply. And this dude, I asked him how much he wants for the Apple stuff. And there's like 4 or 5 boxes of Apple stuff, and he said, how about $30 for all of it? So I'm just like, oh man, I'm gonna clear this guy out. So I literally did, bought out like almost everything that was in the garage, filled the van floor to ceiling with the seats down, and just went nuts. I paid him $150 for everything, and this isn't stuff I was interested in keeping, and it just took up too much space, so I ended up selling all of it on eBay. And after all fees, shipping, all the madness, there was a couple returns, I ended up with $1,400 in sold listings for $150 spent. So this was an amazing find, and just an amazing way to fund the collection and to fund me and Alyssa. So make sure to check out this clip from episode 23. So I went to one epic garage sale. I wanted to do a quick video. I was out by myself, so I wasn't really able to get film, and I had to carry all these giant boxes to the van. But I think I've got somewhere around 100, maybe up to 150 into everything. To break it down, all the Apple stuff was $30. $30 total for all this Apple stuff. And right here is a bunch of software and some games and just random vintage Macintosh, you know, early 90s kind of software and stuff like that. I didn't think anybody would want it. That just sold on eBay for $150 for the box. So that's insane. And then you've got the Quadra 50 or 650. That's the computer. That sold for $100. This RGB monitor, again, that sold for $100. And then this right down there is the printer. It has the accessory kit with it, and that sold, I think, for maybe $100 as well. So $30 is what was invested in all that. Something out of the Apple stuff sold for $45. I'm not sure which one it was, but maybe I could show some screenshots of the sold listings on this stuff. And then this right here is a reel-to-reel player, Akai GX625. Paid $20 for this, along with the lid right there. And this is how the guy kept everything, like beautiful in the box with the wrappings, manuals, the styrofoam. So highly desirable for collectors, for anybody looking for these old electronics. This thing sold for $540 plus shipping, $50 shipping. Insane. Listed yesterday, sold almost instantly. And I paid $20 for that. Sold it with the lid, the dust cover, which is actually pretty hard to find. That's the original Akai. Then under here, there's the accessory kit, like I mentioned, for the laser writer, and then there's an Apple keyboard in there. That was included with the Apple stuff. And then I also got all this stuff. This DBX was included with the Akai, but I'm selling it separate. And then there's some more Mac software and manuals that I'm selling separate from that big box. Paid about $10 a piece for each of these units. There's a Technics really nice cassette deck. There's a couple of those. There's one right there. And then on the bottom, there's a Yamaha T1 and then the Yamaha C50, which is a preamp. Really nice. Paid $10 for that. That should fetch at least $150. So all this was from one garage sale. Insane. I think after all is said and done, I'll be well over $1,000 in profit. I just wanted to show that before I start shipping this stuff out, because this entire stack has sold already. Nothing from that stack has sold yet, but it's listed. So I'm super excited about that. Amazing garage sale. It's not, I don't think I've ever come across a garage sale of this quality with all this old stuff. You just don't see them with all the packaging in the box, but that was just the kind of guy this guy was. So I'm just absolutely stoked about it. Just thought I'd show you guys. Alright, so number 5 is from episode 3, one of our first episodes. This was a community-wide sale, and
One of our favorites of the year.
yes, oh yeah, we love this community sale.
I take this day off from work every year.
Every Friday, yep.
I put it in like months in advance to make sure that I get it, because you have to go to this neighborhood sale.
Yeah, so me and Quinn and the wives make this a priority in our schedule if we can. And so we're all there, we're sailing, and it's going pretty great. Like, the day's gone, there's a lot of good stuff. Episode 3 is a great one to check out if you haven't, seen it. But we're having a good day. And then Quinn and Alyssa had to leave for something. I don't remember what you guys had to leave for.
I can't remember either, but I'm sure it wasn't a valid excuse.
It wasn't worth it after what we found here. So it's just me and Sarah going sailing, and I go up to a sale, and I ended up buying some sports cards, but then I asked if they had any video games, and she's like, I do have some, but they're going to be expensive. And I was like, well, that's okay, just bring them out, we'll see if we can make a deal. And sure enough, she brings them out, and just in this open box, I see this beautiful, beautiful sight, the dream, walking out of the door, boxed NES games, like 20, 30 of them, and I'm just like,
And those gold boxes just jump right
oh
out
yeah,
at
those
you,
gold
of course.
boxes.
Yeah.
Those gold boxes were pretty sight. And she comes out and she says, I gotta have $150 for them. And I ended up getting them for $140. And like Quinn said, Zelda 1 and 2 were in there. Everything's in mint condition. Ghosts and Goblins box was in there. You're gonna have to check out this clip because there's some really cool stuff. So check out this clip from episode 3. Dream just happened. Right there. Boxed NES games. This half is just boxes, but this half is complete. And they're in really, really, really good condition. I paid $140 for everything. But I mean, that $140 is taken care of right here.
So number 4 goes back to episode 19, and I talked about this earlier. We were trying to garage sale to that sale that was starting at noon, but we actually did find an even better score along the way that has come back to my memory now. And
Yeah.
this was just a run-of-the-mill sale. I had actually just slipped right past this find, and I was in the garage, and I'll let Chase tell what it is.
So basically, it was a single amazing game, just one of those memorable clips from our show, from our episodes. It was Haunting Ground on PS2 for $1, mint condition, and complete. And I was the only one there that I think knew that this game was something that we needed to buy.
Yeah, I would have had no idea.
Okay.
I looked right at it.
Yeah. Right.
I would never have gotten
And the only reason I knew is because, I've seen the disc only at video game stores for like $70.
Yeah.
For the disc only.
Yeah.
And so I saw it for $1. I was like, whoa, this is way more than this is awesome. Super rare, obscure game. Haunted Ground for $1. So check out this clip from episode 19.
And one of the things I like about this clip is all the music, for better or for worse, in Chase After the Right Price is original, including the theme song.
Yeah.
But we grabbed some royalty-free metal music because our Happy Tunes did not fit this clip.
They didn't.
It just makes me smile. So enjoy the clip.
Yeah.
Although my grandson, who is in 8th grade this year, he loves board games.
Yeah.
I mean, he has his electronics too, but he does like to get together.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Kind of like, we have a cabin up north.
Oh yeah.
We can have the lights in the cabin.
We just found a game that you probably saw. $1. It's complete. It's in beautiful condition. That stuff on the case will come right off real easy. And this was one of those sales where we walked up to it like, it's not going to be that good because it's old people. Well, there we have it. We scored. Just like the Intellivision games.
Yep. Just like it.
Old people strike again.
Okay, number 3 takes us to one of the more recent episodes, episode 23, where Chase scored a Sega Nomad, which is basically a brick of a portable Sega console, a battery chewer. And it had some pretty notable games, including Turtles, Stone Age,
Hyperstone Heist.
Hyperstone Heist.
Yeah. So, this was a heck of a sale. It was just a Thursday morning, rainy. I'm out by myself, just hitting a couple sales. And it's just an old lady, getting rid of some stuff. I had bought some, train stuff and stuff just to sell on eBay. And then I asked if she has any old video games. She's like, oh yeah, I've got a whole box of them. And usually when you hear that, what do you usually expect? VHS tapes?
Let's ask Matty Boy on that one.
Yes, Matty Boy would absolutely say, he gets annoyed by how often people think VHS tapes are video games.
Cue in Matty Boy's rant right here.
I probably won't. That's too much work. He rants in one of the episodes about it, but I'm just expecting, some Disney VHS tapes. Well, she brings out a box, and the first thing I see is Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist in the box, right on top. Dig a little bit, there's a Sega Nomad. I'm like, I've seen enough. I'm super excited.
So that's basically the Turtles in Time for the Genesis, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a co-op, yeah.
Mhm.
So I just asked how much she wants, and we settled on $40 for the box, and amazing games. It kept on coming. There was Sunset Riders on Genesis. There was Zombies Ate My Neighbors on Genesis. Sega CD, Genesis Combo, and Nomad. All that for $40. So check out this clip from episode 23. I asked if they had video games. He's like, oh yeah, I got a whole box full. Like, oh, okay, it's just going to be a box full of, VHS tapes. Well, this is what it was full of. Look at that, right on top. Battletoads Double Dragon Genesis. Missing the manual, but the game's in there. Look at this. I mean, amazing. The game's in there, no manual again. Streets of Rage 2. It just keeps coming. Sega Nomad. Excellent condition with the little battery pack thing. There's a couple Sega CD games. Sonic CD. There's more Genesis games. And right on top, Sunset Riders. I mean, unbelievable. She didn't really know what to ask, so I just said, I'll give you $40 for the whole box. There's a Genesis in there, and then the Sega CD as well. And then just a few other random games and stuff. There might be something I haven't seen yet. There's controllers and all sorts of accessories and manuals. There's a whole stack of manuals here. Look at this. World Heroes 2 for the Super Nintendo. But there's no Super Nintendo games. Fatal Fury Special. Donkey Kong Country 2. There's all these Game Genie things. I feel like there was Mario World and a few other. So I asked if there were any more as I went back up there. She said she didn't think so. She thought she threw it all in here, but I'm going to go back and look around a little more, see if I can find more. But $40 for all this stuff, amazing. Many collection pieces. I'm absolutely thrilled. Just can't believe it. So, life is good. Alright, so this is our number 2 best find of 2017. This is what kicked off the show. We're talking episode 1. Amazing. The first time we went out filming, and we got the craziest find. Amazing find. So how about, and all three of us were there, so
Yeah.
Right.
let's have you guys tell
And
the story.
I can attest that we didn't bank this find for our first episode.
Yeah.
You can probably tell by the quality of the episode that we weren't banking episodes.
Yeah.
But this
We were new.
find was definitely an episode 1, first day out find, and so we're just going to a sale, and it's probably a 40-something lady having a sale, and we're like,
Yep.
okay, there's no games, but Chase, he still goes, y'all got any games? And her son was in the house, and
Yep.
we convinced him to bring out a box of games, and he brings out a box, and it's just retro gold. I mean,
Oh, it was beautiful.
like just right away, I see a SNES. I'm seeing Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Red, like SNES games, and I'm going through the box, and I pull it up, and I see Megaman X3, and this is the clip from the intro, and you kind of see me look at it, and I know that Mega Man X3 is one of the most valuable Mega Man X games there is, so I'm like, I don't know what it's worth, but I know it's probably worth
Something.
more than we're going to pay for this entire box. So I kind of slowly turn it over and set it back in the box for some reason.
Instinct.
Instinct. Oh my gosh. No one else see it. Yeah.
So me and David didn't know it was there.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't.
Had no
I
idea.
didn't even know it was a great game to look for. So a lot of knowledge that I've had this last year. But
Right.
for me, I don't know where this came from. But 4 years ago, I was just like, you know what? I really want a SNES for $15. Like, that's what I always wanted, and I saw a SNES there, and I'm like, could this be the day? Because I think we found like SNESes before, but they were all yellowed, and
gross.
but so we you say the price. How much did we pay for the whole
We
thing?
initially paid $50, if I remember right.
Yep.
And we ended up going back and giving him 60 more because of Mega Man X3 being in there.
Because I didn't know it was in there.
We just want to be good people and keep our reputation as collectors.
And when they tell you to name the price, I think that's when, you know, you need to be honest with them and pay them a fair price.
Right.
You know, based on garage sale. You still got to factor in that you don't know if it works. You don't know how everything's going to turn out. But I offered him $50 without knowing X3 was in there. And when X3 was in there, I was like, we got to give him more money, you know, because he told us to make the offer. So
Yeah, and then I got All-Stars, Mario All-Stars, and Donkey Kong Country. So it's 2 solid games. And my SNES collection is growing. Got the SNES Classic as well. So
yeah.
SNES life is good to me.
So all of our collections benefited in some way.
Yes, because Megaman X3 stayed in my collection.
Yep, because I already had it, and Quinn's got it now, so that was a heck of a sale. Check out this clip from episode 1. But you know, Mega Man's my thing. So, what happened? We just found that.
Ooh. There you go, David. Pretty clean. Pokemon. Cool. Big Boy Advance, a couple of them. Yeah, this is right up our alley. Yeah.
I think I've got like more than 64 games somewhere, but
Yeah.
I don't know where they are right now.
Okay. Oh, what were you thinking on this stuff? I mean, he wants the SNES, I want the N64. I'm sure we could.
I want the games.
Yeah, we could just make an offer for the whole box because we could. Like $40.
Box.
No, actually, it's got about 50. That's got the expansion pack, so that's a bit better.
How many games?
117. Conveniently from episode 17. This is our #1 find. This was the dream. This was amazing. Quinn, you weren't there, but you know the story pretty well because it's a pretty famous story in our
it's
circle.
It's one of my favorite clips because of the subtitles, and also I was the man behind the camera for the pickup, so I am very familiar with the finds. But it is the big Intellivision lot that we ended up counting 117 games and
boxed games.
It's just hilarious how the older couple talks about the games. You pull the little lever thingy.
Yeah, those little things with the little levers, and he's calling them old Nintendo games. She's like, "What? What are you talking about? I ain't got no Nintendo, you know." And he's like, "Oh, the little levers," and she's like, and I was like, "The old video game?" She goes, "I have Intellivision," you know. And I'm like, okay, I like that too. I'm not, you know, I don't discriminate against video games.
Yeah.
And so this is my favorite clip from the whole show, like hilarious classic interaction between, you know, an old husband and wife, and just an example of why you always need to ask.
Yep.
Because I think the sale was Christmas ornaments and just random stuff that you're not interested in at all.
No.
And we still asked, and my goodness, we didn't regret it. So
Yeah, you might end up in their basement, dark and dreary and scary, but
Like, me and Matt thought you guys were gonna die.
Yeah, David and Matt were chickens and stayed out. I had to get Alex, thankfully. Thank you, Alex, for coming with me, because he was the camera. You know, he was holding the phone.
Just for record, if Alex wouldn't have gone in, I would have, but he did, so we didn't have to have all 4 of us down in the crammed basement.
It would have looked a little weird to have all 4 of us go down with the old lady, you know, to her basement, but it was an amazing find and just so many cool games. So check out this clip, #1 from episode 17.
Let's make you an offer on your, what I call Nintendo stuff.
What?
Nintendo stuff on TV.
What are you talking about?
Those little things that you plug in and move the little lever.
Yeah, video games.
Video games.
Oh, what do you want?
Really any old video games.
I have Intellivision.
I'd love to take a look. I offered you like, I don't know, not even like $100 for everything. Would that?
$100 for all of them. The Intellivision.
Yeah, and then maybe the couple Atari. It looks like there's a couple Ataris.
Okay.
Do that. So this is mind blowing. We did not realize how huge that this garage sale was, but it was huge. We went to this probably 85-year-old lady's garage sale, and we asked for Nintendo games. The husband said, "Yeah, we got a whole bunch of them. They're hers, though. We got to convince her. I've been trying to convince her to sell them for 5 years," is what he said. So I'm like, "Oh, we're not going to get these things." They ended up being this Intellivision, and there's some Atari. There's Arcadia 2001. 119 games. It's kind of blowing my mind. They're completely like, there's a lot of hard to find titles in here. They're all complete in box, amazing condition. You can kind of see some of these are harder to find, some are just notable. We don't really know, like we haven't been through these things yet to see like if there's any crazy gems in here, so please let us know if you see any. But it was $100 for all this stuff, which is blowing my mind. We got 3 Intellivision systems. The Intellivision 2, the box is open, but everything on the inside is brand new. I'm pretty sure the Intellivision 3 is the same way. They only used the first one. We got the Arcadia 2001 system and an Atari 2600 Junior and 119 of these crazy games. So I mean, we asked for this stuff. The sale had like just random garbage, and then this was literally a bookshelf full of games in the basement. So it's just incredible. I mean, one of the greatest finds I think that we've ever had.
Thank you so much for watching Chase After the Right Price Season 1. Great season. I had a great time with it.
This is the end of Season 1, but it's not the end of weekly videos. We're going to kick off Season 2 in April or May when the garage sales kick back off, but until then you can still expect a lot of awesome content.
Yeah, so we're still going to be putting out videos every Friday. We're going to mix it up a little bit. There's going to be some little bit of a collection tours, probably between the 3 of our rooms. We're going to do some, probably some thrifting, game find videos, but not like full-fledged episodes. And then if there's anything you want to see, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your ideas, and I'd love to kind of mix it up and do some new stuff. And yeah, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot. It's been an amazing year. We started at nothing. We started at no subscribers, and now we're over 600. We're pushing 700, and it's just, we're so thankful to you guys. It's been such a blessing to see the growth, to be part of the community, and just to receive your guys' positive comments and your love. So we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching Season 1.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
And a Happy New Year.
Power will do.
Beautiful.
All right, so ready whenever you are. Sorry, 1 second. Do it again.
Nope, don't do it.
1 second. All right. Go ahead. Anytime.
What are you doing?
Credit card?
You got it.
Earthbound! Okay. You're alive?
Yeah, I'm alive. What's wrong with you? Why is there popcorn? What did you do? Whatever. Let's just go thrifting. What's wrong with you? There it is. I'm pretty sure that's it right there. That's all good.
Chase after the